Hello grade 9 and welcome to the latest digital homework video for December 2023. Today we're going to be looking at energy transfer and particles. Okay, so at the end of this video you're going to be able to describe how energy is transferred by particles for conduction and convection. Describe how an insulator can reduce the energy transfer. Our keywords are going to be conductor, conduction, convection and radiation, insulator, convection current. Okay, so fire is hot. Surprise, surprise. If we hold a burning match or a wooden splint, we don't get burned. Okay, so he's got the stick in the fire but he isn't hurting his hand. Why? Because wood is a good insulator. It does not transfer heat very well. But something that does transfer heat very well is a metal pan. So it's why we use a metal pan or something similar when we are cooking. Metals are very good at transferring heat. So if it transfers heat well, it's called a conductor. So how can we transfer heat? There's three ways we can transfer heat. Conduction, which means when something's touching. Convection, when air or a liquid moves around. And radiation, which is purely transferring it as energy. So you can see the examples here. Radiation going out into the air from the fire. The fire is heating the pan through conduction, and the soup in the pan is being heated by convection. So conduction, the particles vibrate and they collide each other and they're hitting each other, so that is transferring the energy, and it will continue to transfer the energy until all of the material is at the same temperature. Okay, insulators, things like wood, do not transfer energy well and they are not good conductors. So if they're not a good transfer of heat and they don't get hot, they are insulators. They can protect us from heat or they can keep us warm. So that's why handles of cooking pans are often made from wood or plastic. So the pan has a plastic handle. Okay, so we've got a wetsuit. Divers who spend a lot of time in the water, they don't want to lose heat to the water, so they wear the special wetsuit that traps a layer of water in there. Water is generally a good insulator, so it stops them getting too cold. Gases do not conduct heat well because the particles are far apart. So air is also a good insulator. So a fur in an animal helps keep it warm. If you're outside and it's cold, wearing lots of layers of clothing can help keep you warm too. So, picture here, we're heating the water in the test tube. Got ice at the bottom, but because heat rises in a liquid, the bottom of the test tube is going to stay cold. So we can touch it and not get burned at the bottom. If we touched it at the top, it would still be very hot. When we heat soup or another liquid in a pan, all of it heats up, just not the layer at the bottom. So the hot soup at the bottom gets hot first, it rises up. The cold soup at the top falls down, then that gets heated and it goes round in a big circle called a convection current. Okay, that's all for this video and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye bye.